NWA, Mr. Class. We'll also be seeing some highlights of a recent two-ring triple chance over-the-top rope battle royal. We're going to see what happened to Jimmy Golden and why he's out of action. And we'll be seeing live, direct from the Boutwell Auditorium, the exotic Adrian Street, and the Continental Heavyweight Championship goes on the line. All this and much, much more during this next hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. And now, for the introduction of our first match on this hour, let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night of Continental Championship Wrestling. This is our first match, scheduled one fall. There is a special 20-minute time limit. The men in the ring, first of all, at 240 pounds, from Harpersville, Alabama, would you welcome the Raging Bull, Randy Barber. And ladies and gentlemen, his partner, weighing in at 225 pounds from Paris, Arkansas, here is Bill Ash. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, making their way to ringside at a combined weight of 443 pounds. Back together again, here are the Rat Patrol Incorporated, Johnny Rich and Steve Armstrong, the Rat Patrol. One fall, 20-minute time limit. Your referee, Alan Martin.
Johnny Rich and Steve Armstrong moving out against Bill Ash and Randy Barber. And this should prove to be quite a test for both tag team combinations. Referees tonight, by the way, Dave Jason and Alan Martin. Dave Jason and Alan Martin are referees. Ash, good clean break, moves away from Steve Armstrong. All right, they circle each other. Armstrong moves in, collar and elbow. And it's Ash pulling him back into the ropes. The referee calls for the break. Irish whip off the rope. Good rolling reverse there by Steve Armstrong. Almost had Ash in a pinning combination and very quickly backs away. Referee stepping in between them. Tag is made with the Raging Bull, Randy Barber. Tremendous crowd here at the Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. Hip lock takedown by Barber, but Armstrong had the head scissors. Barber slips away from it. Complains to the referee about Armstrong pulling on the trunks. Nothing could be further from the truth. Side headlock by Armstrong. Keeps that side headlock. Barber's got some problems. Barber fires him off. Caught with a good shoulder smash coming off the ropes. And a wing over takedown by Steve Armstrong. Series of wing-overs. As Johnny Rich is now in the ring, having tagged up with Steve Armstrong. Ash complaining on the outside of the ring, but to no avail. Wow, drives that knee into the biceps and triceps of Randy Barber. Tag is made, and Johnny Rich backs away. Johnny Crash Rich. Caught one in the side of the jaw by Bill Ash, and Ash now. Irish whip reversed by Johnny Crash Rich, and it's Rich with a good high backdrop.
Hello, Gordon. You happy to see us?
Well, as you can hear, the Nightmares have joined me, the tag team champions, and gentlemen, you're seeing the Rat Patrol in action.
No, we're not. We're seeing Bill Ash in action. Look at it. You don't see nothing. Look at the Riches. Look at Armstrong out there. They're getting their brains beat out. That right there is wrestling his fist. Oh, that's an illegal move right there. Look at Rich. no way to be wrestling.
5 minutes has expired, and the Nightmares, well, I think, gentlemen, your jubilation might be a little ill-conceived.
No way. We are ecstatic. We're always happy. I can see right now that Johnny Rich and Steve Armstrong are back together in a tag match. But, baby, they don't have it anymore. Do you understand? We took the fire out of them, Gordon Soley. When we hurt Johnny Rich, we took the fire out of their tag team. They're trying to put it back together, but they just don't have it, do they, partner? I'm not even sure they ever had it. They never had it, baby. They couldn't beat us with the Riches. They couldn't beat us with the Armstrong. They can't beat us with any combination. They've thrown everything they can at us, and they can't do it. They cannot accept the fact that we are the superior tag team, not in this area, not in the nation, but in the world today. And it's only a matter of time before the world tag team champions.
Well,
Matter of time. Look at there he goes. I'll do it for you, Gordon, because the man's using his fist.
Steve Armstrong ripped across the eyes by Bill Ash. Ash showing marks of a desperate man now. Caught him. Good lariat coming off the ropes, have to admit that.
Perfectly legal move, right, Gordon? Legal, baby. Perfectly legal.
Can't argue about that.
Like I said before, he's a professor, right? He's got so many degrees, they call him Dr. Fahrenheit. The man just knows everything about the ring. He uses every inch of the ring to his ability. He knows how to use it to his advantage.
Beautiful knee driven to the midsection of the side of the rib cage of the Raging Bull, Randy Barber.
One of the toe, you know it was. There wasn't no knee. There's an illegal tag right there.
Gentlemen,
well, we just want everybody to know that we're looking forward to getting back in the ring at the Rat Patrol, and we'll defend these titles against them anywhere because, see, we prove we're the superior tag team. We are the best tag team, and there's no one that can beat us. We prove that time and time again, Gordon.
you don't care if you face Johnny and Tommy Rich or if you face Steve Armstrong and Johnny Rich or Tommy Rich. Doesn't make any difference.
Right. It doesn't make any difference, Mr. Soley, because no matter who we face across that ring, we are going to come out victorious because we are the better tag team. Our speed and agility far supersedes anything they can throw at us. We are by far the very best tag team ever put on a pair of masks. And Bill Ash, before too long, I'll make a prediction that Bill Ash is going to be the next junior heavyweight champion.
All right, well, we'll find out what happens.
I'm glad you got to talk to us. We'll talk to you later. It's been a pleasure, Gordon. All yours.
Thank you, gentlemen, indeed. The Nightmares. And right now, Ash has got his hands full. The Raging Bull, Randy Barber, started to come in and changes his mind as he watched Armstrong start to move into the ring. Johnny Rich now in a series of good shoulder smashes into the midsection. Ash in trouble. Irish whip. Ooh, Ash caught him. Stunned him with an elbow that time. Rich driven up against the ropes, and he's in trouble now. Snapmare takes him back to the canvas. And this Ash, look at that double toe. He takes a lot of punishment. Comes right back for more. Makes the tag of the Raging Bull. Rich now exploding on the Raging Bull and on Bill Ash. Johnny Rich makes it over, makes the tag. And it is Steve Armstrong charging in there. We've got all four of them in the ring at the same time. Action on all fronts now. Some quick double teaming there with a good lariat. He hooks the far leg, a lateral press. Ash left the ring. Ash left the ring as they caught him with a beautiful lariat. And that was the beginning of the end. And now let's turn it over to our ring announcer for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the time of 10 minutes and 4 seconds, the fall and the match for the Rat Patrol Incorporated.
I want to take a moment right now, if I may, to thank all of you. We mentioned a couple of weeks ago that we'd like to hear from you, and I think that the letter that is one of thousands we got really says it all. Alan Wise, who sent us the most interesting letter, and said so much of what so many of you have had to say. We appreciate your comments, and we would certainly like to remind you that we here on Continental Championship Wrestling will continue to bring you the very, very finest in wrestling competition. Such men as the former amateur middleweight wrestling champion of the world, the exotic Adrian Street, the very exciting former world heavyweight champion Tommy Wildfire Rich, and many others. And by popular demand, tonight we're going to repeat the stars of the NWA. We're going to take a look at Bullet Bob Armstrong. In a special double championship tag team match, the Continental and the Alabama titles on the line. It'll be Lord Humongous and Bullet Bob Armstrong against the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller and the Flame. In a special event, Austin Idol goes up against the exotic Adrian Street. A $20,000 challenge match. Wildfire Tommy Rich against Mr. Class. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship, the Rat Patrol against the Nightmares. And in the special event, it'll be Scott Armstrong against Bill Ash. Remember, that's this coming Monday night, the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. And remember, wrestling returns to Hamilton, Alabama on Wednesday, July 31st. Well, the tag team champions are with me right now, but before we talk to them, let's go to the ring to Mike Jackson, Johnny Rich, and Mr. Armstrong to see what their comments are.
I'm here in the ring with the Rat Patrol, and they are back together.
We sure are, baby. Nightmare.
They're back together, bro.
Nightmare, the jig is up. Those belts are going to be around our waist soon, brother. Me and Johnny are back together. You better believe it, brother. We're fired up. Hey, you just thought you got rid of old JR, boys. The Rat Patrol's here to stay, and we're here to take them belts away, and that's what we're going to do.
All right, you've heard the comments.
What I heard was idle threats. I didn't hear no comments. I heard idle threats from those two geeks down there. You boys ain't nothing but punks. You never were a tag team. We beat the brains out, boy, every week. You're not a tag team now. You never were a tag team. And I promise you before it's over with, no matter where we're wrestling you for these tag team titles, we will beat you 1, 2, 3 in that right, partner. That's right, baby. You know, you guys must be as stupid as you look. Johnny Rich, you must be a complete idiot to want to get back in the ring with us after what we did to you, baby. And we're going to fix you too, Armstrong.
Thank you very much. We'll be back with Mr. Class in action.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. First of all, introducing in the ring at 225 pounds from Lake Charles, Louisiana, here is Larry Clark. And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to ringside from the Tennessee Stud Stables, he weighs in at 230 pounds, parts unknown. Here is Mr. Class. Your referee, Judge Dave Jason, one fall, 15-minute time limit.
All right, Mr. Class moving into the ring now, getting set to move out against Larry Clark. A one-fall match. Mr. Class, and got something very interesting to talk to you about after this match is over. I'll be having Tommy Wildfire Rich here with me on the set, and we've got a lot of interesting things to talk about. And Tommy Rich has got about 20,000 good reasons to want to talk about it. Side headlock by Mr. Class. Mr. Class caught him. Good shoulder smash up and over his man. Clark was ready at that time, and Mr. Class thought about it again. Brother, this man Clark is after him, and Mr. Class outside the ring. He came from nowhere in a beautiful drop kick. Clark right after him again. Good Irish whip by Clark as Mr. Class in trouble. Class retaliated. Got him with an elbow. And Clark jammed into that turnbuckle. That stunned him. Mr. Class brings him up. High vertical suplex. And missed with that elbow. But comes right back on him, a looping right hand to the side of the jaw. Class gets that, brings him up again. Use the rope. Use the rope as an extra springboard. And then caught Class under the ear. Jams Class into the, or Clark rather, into the turnbuckle. Snap mare by Mr. Class. And a boot into the chest. Knee lift to the side of the head. Clark in a lot of trouble here. Mr. Class has been doing just that. He's been outclassing his man. Clark got off to a very, very good start. But Class held back. Now another snap mare takes Clark back to the canvas. Ooh. Clark saw it coming, turned his head, tried to roll out of the way, but too late. Mr. Class. And a very, very weak attempt to catch him in the midsection by Clark, as he's had a lot of wind taken out of his sails, taken a lot of percussion. Class down across his throat once again. And almost nonchalantly, a little bit too nonchalantly, and he can't believe it. He thought he had the man beat, but Clark has got good second effort. He is a gritty young competitor. Got him with the elbow again. Well, Johnny Rich back in action, and gorgeous Jimmy Golden out of action. Clark ducks away. Caught him with a good high cross-body block, but Class scurried away from that one. Class right back on him, and again a forearm across the chest. The forearm, well, really a rabbit punch in the back of the head. Clark fires back and rocks Class. Rocks him again, and Clark showing some fine second effort here. Clark catches him with a knee lift, then gets a side headlock. Class fires him away. Class drove him into the ropes. Changed his direction on that one. There's that DDT.
5 minutes gone in the match. 5 minutes gone.
Caught him. Caught him with that DDT. And for the official word, here's our ring announcer.
In the time of 5 minutes and 1 second, the fall and the match go to the Tennessee Stud Stable, Mr. Class.
Well, we'll take a look at that once again. We might see a little more of that DDT. And that's what Mr. Class uses so very, very effectively. And as you can see here, Class had taken a lot of punishment from this young man, Larry Clark, but came back, caught him, and then applied that DDT very effectively to him, took him down to the mat, and that was the 3 count, and it was all over for Larry Clark, and so Mr. Class notches another victory. I want to take a moment right now to bring out my good friend Tommy Wildfire Rich.
What's going on, baby? You doing all
Can't complain a bit in the world, Tommy. I said earlier that you had about 20,000 good reasons for coming out here.
Yes, sir, I sure do, Gordon. Somebody say something about it. It sure do feel good, too, to be right here in Birmingham where I won this money and be right here with all the people. $20,000. You know, it was a big night for me in Birmingham. And I love all these people out here, too, Daddy.
Now, let me ask you this, Tommy, and, of course, I saw what happened, as I'm sure many of the people right here saw what happened. It was not done. You had a tag team partner who certainly was not a partner.
Well, no, sir, Gordon. Sometimes in professional wrestling, I'd much rather have Johnny as a partner, but sometimes that don't happen, and you got to do the best you can. And like you said, this man, Mr. World Class, the man under the mask, could end up him and me in the ring and his partners. And you know, like I said, I didn't want him as a partner, but at the time, $20,000, a man got to do what he got to do.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's do it. For those of you out there right now, take a look in your monitors. We're looking at the closing moments of this $20,000 triple chance 2-ring battle royal. And right here, you've got yourself a world of problems.
Yes, sir, right there, Gordon. You can see the guy World Class right here. You seen him reaching down to his tights right there. He had loaded the mask up, and he hit me in the head. I was down, and that's supposed to be my partner. And, of course, right here, you later into the match where he's putting the boots to me, you know. And so, I mean, what you going to do? Right there, I was kind of out of my mind right there. That's my partner beating me up. So what's a man supposed to do?
Well, that's it. The whole thing in a nutshell is that Here is a man who was out apparently to be everybody's partner but yours.
Well, you know, I mean, it goes back to Ron Fuller. Ron Fuller talking about this is one of his studs in his stall, or he's in his stall. And I knew that when I got in the ring, but when I turned around, he hit me in the head. I was down, and I guess they thought they had the best of me.
All right, well, of course, that did not prove to be the case, obviously, by the fact that you're holding that check for $20,000. All right, here's where you're in a lot of trouble now. And again, everybody's taking a shot at you.
Yes, sir, Gordon, but, you know, just like I referred to before, because I love all these people here in Birmingham. But, you know, a little bit later, you're going to see where they start hollering, "Fired up, Tommy, fired up." Well, Tommy does fire it up in a few minutes, too.
All right, I'll tell you right now, though, you've been put to the canvas once again, and everybody is taking their shots at you. In essence, it's been 3 against 1.
Yes, sir, Gordon, and of course, you know better than anybody. You've seen Tommy Rich down, you've seen Tommy Rich not get up on occasions, but sometimes when you thought Tommy Rich wasn't going to get up, Tommy Rich got up.
It's that great second efforts that made you the kind of man you are and the kind of champion that you've been, and now, of course, you are firing yourself back up. You're back on your feet. Again, you're still facing the same problem of 3 opponents instead of 2, and your tag team partner hasn't been doing much about tagging in.
Oh, well, no, sir, Gordon. You can see every time I go to tag him, he's got that short arm-itis. He don't want to tag, you know. I don't know what his deal was, whether he thought he was going to split $20,000 with them 2 boys or what the thing was, but nevertheless, I'm standing here with the $20,000. Mr. Class is sitting back there without a dime. So that's what it amounts to. Mr. Class, you want me? I'm right here. $20,000 richer.
All right, you caught him with a good mule kick coming off the ropes and firing away with a hard right hand. You got Ash rocking and rolling here. And now you catch him with an elbow. And again, coming back to your feet, and obviously you need to get over and tag up. Again, he's got that problem of trying to get that hand into the ring.
So right there, Gordon, you see, I got tired of it, fed up. He turned his back on me again. I drop kicked him in the back. They thought it was all over. You watch right here, and right here, the film is worth 1,000,000 words. I can sit here and tell you what all happened. Right here, I kicked one, small package the other, 1, 2, 3. And right here I stand, world class, $20,000 richer. Birmingham, Alabama, baby!
All right, you picked up the $20,000. Now it's a 3-on-1 free-for-all. And, well, all I can say here, Tommy, is it takes a lot. All right, they grabbed the check here, tried to make off with it, and suddenly things start to change. But obviously the important thing is right now is that you do have that $20,000. I understand that he's very unhappy and complaining about what did happen, and that you got a special answer for it.
Yes, sir, I sure do. But the special answer ain't got nothing to do with you, world class. Somebody say something about there's a boy claiming to be the Tennessee stud, got the big stalls and everything. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Fuller. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee myself. They're liable to be a new stud on the block. As far as you, Mr. Class, being in your stall, what I'm telling you is I'll put $10,000 of it up right now for a match with him. You tell him to bring himself on, but then if I beat him, you better be looking over your shoulder, so-called stud.
All right. Okay, and so as far as I can tell right now, Tommy Wildfire Rich has got the 20, and if Mr. Class wants any of it, he's going to come after him, have to come after him, beat him, and take it from him. That's the only way he's going to get that money from Tommy Wildfire Rich. Well, we'll be back with some interesting information about Jimmy Golden after we pause. Wrestling in Birmingham will be at the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. By the way, Championship Wrestling will be coming to Hamilton, Alabama on Wednesday, July 31st. More information about that next week. Right now, let me talk to Mr. Bill Ash.
The promotion says that I have to prove myself to get another title match with Scott Armstrong. That's ridiculous. My reputation speaks for itself. I've proven myself many times. I resent being told that. And Scott Armstrong, I'm going to take my resentment out on you and earn my title shot.
Well, now, 2 championships at stake plus a $20,000 class match.
Well, I want to get into the $20,000 match, Gordon. The people in here at Birmingham, it all started here in a 2-ring battle royal in which my man, Mr. Class, clearly won the battle royal by himself single-handedly and had the rights to all $20,000. Now, Tommy Rich hadn't turned over his part of the money, so we're going to wrestle him for the whole $20,000, and when Mr. Class wins the match, he'll take that $20,000 and he'll put it right here in my pocket where it belongs. All of it, Tommy Rich.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're going to find out Monday night in Birmingham. Meanwhile, here's another point of view.
Monday night, the pretty fairgrounds with all them pretty ladies in that place. I tell you what, just kind of makes your hair stand up, don't there, Wildfire? Let me tell you something, Bill Ash. You're going to take all your resentment out on me, mister. Not this time, not at the fairgrounds, not Monday night.
Somebody say something about it. It all started right here in B-Ham, baby. Right here, I won the $20,000. Ron Fuller, you talking about you, the Tennessee stud, brother, and you got world class. Well, I put that $20,000 on the line for 2 reasons. I traveled all over the country. I proved that I'm Tommy Wildfire Rich. Monday night, the fairgrounds, Tennessee stud. I'm going to show you there's a new stud on the block, because not only am I going to win that $20,000, I'm going to pull a mask off at the fairgrounds.
Birmingham at the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. Another reminder, too, about wrestling returning to Hamilton, Alabama, and that'll be on Wednesday, July 31st. Well, gorgeous Jimmy Golden is on the injured list. It happened as a result of a sleeper hold that was applied by one Bob Armstrong. And with me right now is Jimmy Golden's cousin, of course, the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller.
Well, Gordon, this is a deplorable act. I've never done anything to Bob Armstrong. Neither has Jimmy Golden. There's no reason for Bob Armstrong to jump Jimmy Golden when the match was over. The match was ended. We had already won. We were victorious. And you got it on videotape. I want to see it. Go ahead.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look right now what we're talking about. The match was indeed over. There was no question about that. And, of course, well, there are reasons aplenty why Bob Armstrong did what he did.
Well, as you can see here on this videotape, Jimmy Golden had Bob Armstrong go in there, and he's sneaking around and jumps on his back here and applies a choke hold. That's not a sleeper hold to begin with. It's nothing but a choke hold, and he chokes the man down. You can see Jimmy here trying to get the referee in there to break it up. It was the referee's job to break it up. The match was over. When the match is over, the man is supposed to leave his opponent alone and get out of the ring and leave the ring, and you can see what he's doing here. Jimmy's trying everything he can to get out of this sleeper hold, this choke hold, I should call it. And you can see him now collapsing down here. Jimmy Golden is my only blood relative that has any backbone. My brother has no backbone. Jimmy Golden has the only backbone in his family besides myself. And now he's in the hospital and has been for 3 days. He hasn't recovered from this. And no telling what's going to happen to him. And you can see these people out here have no respect for an injured man.
Well, Lord Humongous moves into the ring. Austin Idol moves into the ring. Bob Armstrong continues to hold that sleeper hold. This occurred, of course, in Montgomery, Alabama. I might point out that the sleeper hold is an exceptionally dangerous hold. And for any of you who are watching right now, this is something you shouldn't try. Don't try it on your friends or your neighbors or anything like that. It's a lethal hold, and certainly being evidenced here by the tremendous power that Bob Armstrong is putting on Jimmy Golden.
Well, you can see the man there, and now that's not a very pretty sight. Slobber running out of his mouth. You know, Jimmy Golden is a handsome man, and everybody knows he's a handsome man. To have slobber running out of his mouth like that, I know that'd be humiliating if Jimmy was able to watch this right now. Now, you can see once I came into the ring, they decided to get out of there because they knew that there was going to be retribution to pay Gordon Soley. Now, you can see I'm trying to wake him up. Is that not Bob Armstrong's job to wake him up if he puts him to sleep?
According to the NWA rules and regulations, a man uses a sleeper hold, he must reawaken that man. Yes, sir.
Well, I noticed there that Bob Armstrong had left the ring. We had to carry Jimmy Golden out of the ring. He was taken to the hospital. It took him almost an hour and a half to recover from being in that sleeper hold. I don't like it a bit. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell all you rednecks something at the same time. I said Pork Chop Cash would be gone from this part of the country, and where is he, Gordon Soley?
He's gone.
He's gone. Now I'm going to tell you and and every one of you out there that the next man to go will be Bob Armstrong. And when he's gone, it'll be Small Armstrong. And when he's gone, it'll be Steve Armstrong. And when I'm finished here, I'm going to use my brain power and my body power, and I'm going to eliminate them from this part of the country, from any part of the wrestling country. I'm going to see to it that they're gone from wrestling for good. I got nothing else to say. Jimmy Golden, if you're listening to me, baby, I'm going to take care of business, and I'm going to do it for you, cuz.
Well, may I just say, in deference to the Tennessee Stud and to Jimmy Golden, the NWA is investigating the situation with Bob Armstrong. The fact that he did fail to reawaken the man is not good at all. President Bob Geigel of the NWA is studying this videotape. Bob Armstrong could face possible suspension or a fine for this action. However, the match was over, and that's another extenuating circumstance. Well, we'll find out in the weeks to come. Right now, we're set for our next match. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match scheduled one fall. There is a 15-minute time limit. In the ring, weighing in at 237 pounds from West Jefferson, Alabama, here is Ken Glover. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, making his way to ringside, the first appearance in Birmingham, Alabama. He has been the European heavyweight champion, and he has also been the world middleweight champion. He weighs in at 222 pounds. He is from the Royal Forest of Dean. Would you welcome Adrian Street, accompanied by Miss Linda. The referee, Alan Martin, one fall, 15-minute time limit.
Adrian Street has entered the ring, and I'll tell you what, don't let his mannerisms or his outer raiments fool you for 1 minute. He might be extremely flamboyant. He might appear to be, a little different, but when it comes to wrestling, the man is double tough. Miss Linda now getting set to get him properly prepared to meet his man in this match, Ken Glover. Street, who as an amateur was the world middleweight wrestling champion. He's also a weightlifting champion. He's an unusually good artist. And by the way, also sings. And the referee, not quite sure what to do. Out of the ring, and now it is Adrian Street moving out, and I say a rather unusual approach. Now Glover is not quite sure what to do, and I can't say that I blame him. Street And he's got Glover completely discombobulated. Glover having a real problem trying to figure out just exactly how to go after this man. Beautiful move by Street. Took his man from a full body scissors into a complete takedown. Into a side headlock, switches from side to side. Switches back once again. Good chain wrestling into a hammerlock, back into a double side headlock. Back to a hammerlock once again. And Glover has had no opportunity whatsoever to take on any kind of a straight-on approach to this man. And again, there is up that full body scissors, and now Glover is insane. Glover has, if he came in tightly wrapped, it's all over now. Having his nails checked. And quite a mixed reaction from the group as the exotic one cavorts around his opponent. Look at this. Beautiful duck under, go behind. Reversal by Glover. And Street was able to slip away from that. Ducks away once again. But you notice, with all of his shenanigans, with all of his movements in the ring, when he gets into a close contact, his wrestling skills really rise to the surface. Beautiful move as Street again rolls away from his man. Slips away from him. They say, don't be fooled for a moment. Look at this. Has him up in a head scissors. And almost disdainfully throws him to one side. Street catches him now with a forearm under the jaw that puts Glover back to the canvas. Street using that knee very effectively to the side of the head. Street in behind his man. Street caught in the midsection, caught again and caught again. Street caught on the side of the head. And Street comes right back in. A forward drop toe hold. Moves up on his man. And Glover in trouble now as Street overhooks the head and rips across the eyes. Street then catches him and catches him again. Street now using that boot very, very effectively. So like I say, don't spend a lot of time laughing at this man, because he is dangerous in the ring. And he just proved his point again. Street in behind, has his man, got his man beautifully in a reverse crucifix. A reverse crucifix by Adrian Street. And Glover, I don't think even knew he was pinned.
In the time of 6 minutes and 37 seconds, the fall and the match go to the exotic Adrian Street.
Let's take another look at instant replay. You'll see what I'm talking about when he rolls into that reverse crucifix. Just don't see too many wrestlers attempt. Very dangerous to attempt, but highly successful when put in motion, and the exotic one put it in motion just perfectly.
Funny cars. This Saturday night.
The Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. And here comes Mr. Idol now. Mr. Idol is doing a bit of mimicry of the exotic one, Adrian Street. Austin, a pleasure to have you here. Before we talk, however, I thought you might be interested in hearing some comments from the exotic one, Adrian Street.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the ring with the most unusual individual, Adrian Street.
I came from the Royal Forest of Dean in England for one reason and one reason only, and that's to deprive the so-called idol, the legend in his own mind, Austin Idol. I've destroyed idols in 37 different countries, and this country doesn't mean any more to me than the worst I've ever been in. Your belt's mine, but I'm going to follow you home for it. I want that title right here.
Back to you, Gordon.
Well, it's Tinkerbell! 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 Oh, listen to him, Gordon. I love it. I don't care if he came from London, England. I don't care if he came from Bangladesh. I don't care where in the world you come from, Tinkerbell, but I'll tell you one thing. You're going to have to do a whole lot more than all that switching, all that prancing, and all that dancing. Because you see, baby, in this country, in the southeastern area, we don't kiss our opponents, baby. We wrestle them. You want the belt, baby? Come on and get it. Don't try to kiss me, because if you do, you'll be kissing 5 knuckles, darling.
Thank you so very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is also a title match. It is for the Continental heavyweight title. It is one fall with television time remaining. First of all, making his way to ringside, the Continental heavyweight champion. He weighs in at 303 pounds. He is from the Tennessee Stud Stable. Here is the Flame. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, also making his way to ringside, he weighs in at 310 pounds. From parts unknown, the music tells it all. Here is the Lord Humongous. Your referee, Alan Martin, the title is on the line.
Humongous gets in the ring and the Flame attacks him. The Continental Heavyweight Championship on the line. Lord Humongous after him catches the Flame, and the Flame better than 300 pounds. Driven to the canvas, and the Lord Humongous is on top of him once again. And brother, what a match we have here. The Lord Humongous after the Mask of the Flame. The Lord Humongous after the Mask of the Flame being worn by the referee. Doing something, caught him with a boot to the midsection. A headbutt to the side of the head, the Lord Humongous. Put him outside the ring. Humongous. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Tennessee Stud is after him. And hold on. Mike Jackson trying to get that... and the Tennessee Stud and the Flame have got the mask. They've got that gear off of the Lord Humongous. Bullet Bob Armstrong just hit the scene. Bullet Bob Armstrong on the scene, catching the Flame, and Bullet Bob against the Tennessee Stud, Humongous. Still outside the ring, Bullet Bob Armstrong. Facing the two of them now, the referee has called for the bell.
Bullet Bob Armstrong against the Tennessee Stud.
A disqualification here. And now Bullet Bob taking all the punishment. Brother, and wait a minute. Humongous back in there again against the giant Tennessee Stud. Bullet Bob Armstrong pounding away with a good chop into the throat, and the Tennessee Stud knocked through the ropes by Lord Humongous. And the Flame leaving the ring. The Flame leaving the ring. Well, with the disqualification, the title cannot change hands.
3 minutes and 46 seconds via disqualification. The ball goes to the Lord Humongous. Under the rules of the National Wrestling Alliance, champion in case of a disqualification. Still your Continental Heavyweight Champion, The Flame.
Birmingham at the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. Match time is 8 p.m. In a special double championship tag team match, the Continental and the Alabama titles on the line. It'll be Lord Humongous and Bullet Bob Armstrong against the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller and the Flame. In a special event, Austin Idol goes up against the exotic Adrian Street. A $20,000 challenge match. Wildfire Tommy Rich against Mr. Class. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship, the Rat Patrol against the Nightmares. And in a special event, it'll be Scott Armstrong against Bill Ash. Remember, that's this coming Monday night, the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. And remember, wrestling returns to Hamilton, Alabama on Wednesday, July 31st. I want to take a moment right now to talk to Bullet Bob Armstrong and the Lord Humongous, but gentlemen, just get him calmed down if you can. First, let's go to the ring and let's see what the Flame and the Tennessee Stud have to say.
I'm here in the ring with the Flame and the Tennessee Stud. You're still the champion, Flame.
I'll tell you what, anytime we'll put both those titles on the line against those two. If you think you guys are tough, if you want to fight, you want these titles, then you can damn well come and get them, because it's going to be the toughest fight you ever had. That's right. You think we took the mask off? We're going to take your head off, you mother.
Back to you, Gordon.
Let me tell you something, boys. You have messed up now. Don't nobody touch this mask, or they in deep trouble. Now, we're talking about two titles, Continental, and we're talking about the Alabama State title. We got them both. You don't see one without the other. You're just like buzzards. They flock together, birds of a feather. There they are right there, two of them. Now we got them 2 on 2, brother, and we'll give it to you right. Walk a mile in my shoes. I wouldn't walk one inch in your shoes after what you did to this man. Just take it easy.
All right, well, there you have it. And, well, it's a long way from being over yet, that's for sure. Well, plenty of action still going on, but our time is completely gone. Next week, here on Continental Championship Wrestling, we'll be bringing you a series of championship matches. The Southeastern Heavyweight Championship, the Southeastern Tag Team title, and the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship, plus a special slow-mo feature. All of this and much, much more upcoming here next week on Continental Championship Wrestling. My special thanks to our crew today, Gary Brown, Bill Russell, Joey Cotton, Paula Gordon, Evelyn Marin, Dennis Leslie, and Jack Moore. But again, let me just tell you right now that we've seen some great, great action during this hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. But as they say, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you see all of the championship matches that will take place next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling. Again, my thanks to all of you for the wonderful cards and letters we've gotten. We enjoy hearing from you, and we'll be trying to bring you some of the matches you've been asking for. But then, may I just say, in closing, thanks ever so much for being with us. Join us again. Till then, Gordon Soley saying so long.